The story here is on the front page of, not the front page, sorry, it's on the ChannelOneNews.com. We have here, Majority Leader Alex Afenyo-Markin has called on the Majority Caucus to unite in support of Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, the Minister of Energy, as the proposed running mate of Mahamudu Bawumia. His call comes after a private meeting held on Friday, June 28th, where Afenyo-Markin and other senior members of the Majority Caucus met Dr. Bawumia to discuss his choice of running mate ahead of the upcoming 2024 elections. Now, in an interview with Umaru Sanda Amadou on Eyewitness News, the Majority Leader, Alexander Afenyo-Markin, urged his fellow New Patriotic Party MPs to exercise discretion in their public utterances, warning that careless comments could inadvertently jeopardize their party's chances of winning the 2024 general elections. Now, I want to strongly urge, and I quote, to strongly make this case that we are in this together. None is perfect in this whole game. We may have our individual differences, and once a decision is made, it is made. We must all rally behind him and make sure we're doing the right thing. Okay, so the story goes on and on. And you can go to ChannelOneNews.com to read it. I want to begin with Kabute on this one. Yeah.
I think, well, this is a process of democracy that has been carried out, and the news was all over the place. I mean, I think majority of the time you heard about the candidates, you heard the Honorable Napo, as we call it, but he's always been in the news. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, Honorable, he's been mentioned over the time. I also heard the Brian Achiampong, name as well. I also heard some of a few names, and I thought that, look, it was clear, everybody pushing that maybe, Honorable Kennedy Japan could also be the running mate. But at the end of the day, the choice has come out. The majority, I think, are welcoming one of their own. He's an MP, so I think one thing about the MPs I love is when their own is chosen, both sides, they are able to, pull a little prank on the person, but then they still, accept the person. But I'm wondering why, that caution in public that they should be measured in their, I think it's a good political call, but it could have been done in private. Then maybe when they come out, I would like to expect maybe praises upon their choice, But let me be very frank with you, and let's look at some of their attributes. I have heard that he's a God-fearing person, and I know a friend who actually worships with him at Empowerment. So, like speculations.
Who, Napo?
Napo, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So as we speak, he's a member of Parliament, an honourable member of Parliament, and he serves his people in the House. He's an active member. You can have your views about him, but my critical view about him is that he's active. There are some MPs who go to Parliament, they don't say anything.
Okay.
And on a lighter note, I hear one of the MPs on such scoreboards was pushed to the wall, and he said, usually what he's coming to say, people say it before he gets a chance to speak. Said and so that's on a lighter note. But then a few times he sounded arrogant. A few times. Let's be very honest. The Doomsaw issue is one example. When he asked us to go and do our own timetable when we were calling for it, I thought, if you gave me the chance, I'm not him, but I can think like him when it comes to political thinking. That's a public thought. I thought he could also have come out to say that, look, we are in a fix. A, B, C are the reasons. I don't think we've gotten to the stage of a calendar yet to bring something out. But if there be the need, the technical men will call for it, and I, as the Minister of Energy, will look at it, and then with the opposition, we can have our own discussions and see what we can do about it. He could have done that. He preferred to do it the other way. I can't think for him. But the posturing looked and was arrogant. And then, against other political opponents, especially Vice President Mahama, I'm doing this intentionally, especially against Vice President Mahama and against President Mahama.
Okay.
I have listened to him personally, his own friend in Parliament. They were colleagues. And the few times when he was the Vice President, the way sometimes he actually uttered words against him. Last of all is when he became president. Joined the bandwagon, calling a sitting president incompetent Mahama. Now, if you gave me the chance to be very well scrutinizing what I saw of him. The incompetent Mahama was able to bring to us power badges that he as a Minister of Energy, best he did was to shift it from one side of Ghana to another side of Ghana. A needless shift, technically, as I know. I told you my late father-in-law was actually a VRA CEO.
Yeah.
I have about 6 of my cousins spread in Gridco and VRA. My uncle, who is bedridden right now, who is actually the head technician at VRA, is in my family. So I don't have a problem understanding VRA power issues.
Okay.
That swift to the Ashanti region, I hear it takes just about 2 minutes or 5 minutes for power from Gambanga to Accra. Like 3 minutes, pop, it will reach here. That's the maximum. So it was needless with all the amounts that was mentioned. So the man he was calling incompetent brought 2 power badges. The same man he called incompetent said, I'll solve the problem. So I think at this point, while he dons a gown to climb the top, it gives you, myself, Mensah Thompson, and all young people watching that we should be measured in our utterances. For tomorrow awaits us. Finally, the way forward, I think I can congratulate the NPP for making their choice. Good for our democracy, because this is the beauty of democracy. Some of the, keeping the information for some time, and then the feeling that comes with it, it boosts our right thinking that, look, democracy is on the right path. You ask yourself, this is what we should look at. All 4 contestants, have you noticed? They've held political positions. Dr. Bawumia has been a vice president. President Mahama has been vice president and president. Professor Nana Jane was a minister of education. Napo has been a minister of education, and now currently is the minister of energy. I think then it means he has to step down right now and run as a vice president, running mate. Well, yeah, automatically. Automatically. Yeah. So then you can see all 4 of them. You can assess them looking at their performances in the offices they held. I'm saying this so that we in the CSO space and the media space to know that we have a lot to look at and then scrutinize. And finally, I think all I can say is that the race is on. Let us watch history unfold. Let's focus on ballots, not bullets. We need ballots, not bullets. Our thumbs will do the work, not our middle fingers or our top finger. That is for the trigger. But this one, have you noticed this one? This one comes first, before these 2. But when you are shooting a gun, you use the second and third. But we are talking about the first one, NC Wahaya, the first one, the thumb. That should do everything for us.
Okay. Now, let me just quickly read this story before I bring in Mensah Thompson. Now, Napo was imposed on Bawumia as his running mate, Nyaho Tamaklo speaking. Now, a senior member of the New Patriotic Party, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo, claims the party's flag bearer, Dr. Muhammadu Bawumia, was not given the freedom to choose his running mate for the upcoming elections in December. Now, this comes after reports suggested that Dr. Bawumia has named Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh as his running mate. Now, let me jump further down into the story and just read here. In an interview on 3FM on Thursday, June 27th, Dr. Nyaho Tamaklo alleged that Dr. Bawumia was forced to accept Dr. Matthew Opoku Prempeh, the energy minister, as his running mate, despite concerns over the energy minister's perceived arrogant demeanor. He reiterated his call several months ago that Dr. Bawumia will not be able to make his own decision. And I'll jump again, and he says here, I know, and I quote, I know for a fact that he can't pick his own running mate, and I made mention of this almost 7 months ago, and the reason is that simple. Bawumia's position, he will find it difficult to pick his own running mate. Rawlings picked his own running mate. Nobody would dare bring anyone to him and say, this is the one you should go, that should go with you. He fielded Aka and he failed. He changed to another person. Kufuor picked his own running mate. First round, second round, I was present. No, not that someone was telling me. Atta Mills picked his own running mate. Mahama picked his own running mate. Akufo-Addo, scene 1, picked his own running mate. Scene 2, picked his own running mate. Why can't Bawumia pick his own running mate? Mensah Thompson, what do you make of all this?
Kwaku, thank you very much once again. And thank you for forcing me to leave very, very important issues to discuss Matthew Opoku Prempeh, you know. But I'm going to be very, very charitable this morning and to say that after careful search, numerous consultations, and all the background work that Dr. Bawumia has done, if Matthew Opoku Prempeh is the person he came up with to be his running mate, then I can confirm to you that Dr. Bawumia has no vision for this country. Zero vision.
Why?
If all the problems confronting this country were under an IMF program, we are still under huge debt distress, our economy is not performing, there are huge job losses, high unemployment, high inflation. The ordinary Ghanaian cannot afford 3 square meals a day. The problems which Dr. Bawumia himself has admitted, the huge myriad of problems confronting this country. And in the midst of all these challenges and quagmires, Dr. Bawumia believes that the safest pair of hands, the best pair of hands to complement him to resolve these challenges, including all the promises that he's making, is Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Then,
what do you think of Nyaho Tamaklo's comments?
Your guess is
that
as,
he didn't.
Your
pick.
guess is as good as mine.
His hands were tied.
I am not interested in whose hands were tied or not. He, Bawumia himself, was imposed on the party. He, Bawumia himself.
Really?
Wasn't he?
Was he?
Was that contest an open contest? He, Bawumia himself.
As flag bearer.
As flag bearer, yes. He was
Okay.
imposed on the party as flag bearer. If that contest was open, Dr. Bawumia himself would have lost.
But he won.
So what
the
did
different
he,
rounds.
Oh, he lost. He was imposed on the party. Everything was rigged for him. The system was rigged to make him flag bearer.
Really?
Kwaku, please, don't play the
The EC ran those elections.
Oh. Kwaku,
It was
please,
not some.
Don't let the electoral commission chop stray bullet this morning.
No, no, it wasn't some.
We are
No,
going
no,
for
no,
we are
no,
going
no.
for IPAC meeting
No,
today.
no, no, it
I
wasn't
don't
some-
want to. I don't want to attack
So
them before I go
so
there,
that's
please.
that's
I
on
beg
you. You control yourself.
I
But
beg
it wasn't
Please.
some. It wasn't some
You-
wayside election. It
You
was
leave
an
them.
EC.
Kwaku, please.
Running
I know where I don't like where you are taking me because I don't want to go there.
We will lead him to the temptation.
I don't want to go there. But I'm saying that Bawumia was imposed on the party.
But Kwaku is only asking whether I mean, because on this land in our part of the world, I mean in Ghana, the institution in charge of election is the Electoral Commission, and he's saying that once they were in charge of the elections,
How are you saying that it was
saw-
rigged? It was
he
rigged
saw,
for
he saw
Bawumia?
people voting.
Please, oh. I'm not the one who said it though. You saw the things his own co-contenders
Yes,
came
please.
throughout
Yes, please.
before the contest.
Yes,
Why did Alan resign from the contest?
But that's not the first time Allah
He
has.
said
No,
it
I'm
wasn't an
saying-
even playing field.
Of
and all
course,
that.
But
because-
Allah has resigned before.
Yes, I agree. But I'm saying that the issues that were raised by not just Alan, but a number of the people who were in the contest were that it wasn't an open contest. The system has been rigged to select a particular candidate for the party.
We know that somebody like in Japan, for example,
Right.
will not
Container
take certain things
Oh, please,
lying
please,
down.
please,
We know,
Oh, please, please, please.
right?
please,
And me, I'm
please.
quite sure.
You are the only people who are fooled by those.
No, but Honorable
coward
Kennedy
and
Japan came
outward
down and said
display.
like there will be a showdown. because
Yeah.
he
And
thought
then,
that-
and then what
and
happened?
then he accepted
So-
the result because he felt it was fair.
So it was fair.
Yeah.
So that is your final
The fact that you
conclusion.
lose,
No, no, but you can't have a
you can't
100%
be- you guys,
violent free
you
or
guys.
shake up.
Mensah, you have
See,
to,
you guys.
you can't be a sore loser.
You guys.
If you lose, learn to
Okay,
lose well.
all right.
You see.
So that is according to me.
Okay.
That is my opinion.
But what is your take on
No, it's
Martin
okay.
as a choice?
So I'm saying that the system.
But that's his neighbor. Oh.
The system was rigged. The system was rigged for Bawumia himself. And so if you, Baumia, have been imposed on the party, what makes you think that they are going to allow you to choose your candidate? They are going to impose a flag bearer on you as well, because you yourself, you are an imposition. But the point I'm trying to make is that, we are in deep crisis. The exigencies of the time require somebody with, at least, Baumia needs a tranquilizer. Somebody who can bring some peace and sanity to the system. Somebody who understands.
But he himself is quite chilled, Baumia. He's quite chilled out. So he needs somebody who's more fiery.
I'm trying to be very, very charitable this morning, but it looks like you people don't like it. So let me go there.
Don't go there.
Matthew Opoku Prempeh, Napo.
Your neighbor.
As what? Running mate, as vice president of this country.
Second in
It
command.
means these people don't respect us. They just don't respect us. It also shows to a very large extent, and I've told the NDC this, that if Napo is the person the NPP is bringing as their running mate, it means the NPP is not interested in the vote of Ghanaians. They are just not interested in the vote of Ghanaians. It means that their primary preoccupation in this election is to rig the election.
Really?
Because Napo cannot win any constituency outside Ashanti region. As a member of parliament, even in Ashanti region, out of the 47 constituencies, Napo can only win even just 12. There are some of the constituencies in the Ashanti region, if you take Napo there as member of parliament, he will lose. And this is the person you are bringing to us, the whole entire country, as running mate. So it means that they have no intention of winning this election with the vote of the people. They don't care about the vote of the people. So the NDC, if you are watching, this is a wake-up call for you guys. That these people, they shouted that we shouted, these people, they want to rig the election, they want to rig the election, they want to rig the election, they want to rig the election. So we've been sounding this to you for a long time. If you are waiting for any confirmation that the NPP want to rig the election, this is the confirmation, Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Because no person, who is going to vote for Matthew Opoku Prempeh? Who? Who? Or, see, on what basis, what characteristics, what competencies, what are they going to stand on? Mention one, Koku, you mention one.
Oh, but he won,
assuming you are
voting,
assuming all things
being several
assuming
times
all things being
best
equal,
minister,
assuming all
best performing minister,
assuming all things being equal. If you, Koku, want to vote for Napo today, what are you going to stand on to vote for him?
Best performing minister in what?
The
education sector.
Koku, please.
Yes.
Koku,
But
please.
he won it all year.
With a double track. With a double track.
Whatever track, he won the best
He
performing
won by
minister.
who? Who said it?
Government assessment of all the ministers.
By Koku, please. Koku, please. Don't insult our viewers this morning. You see, Napo, if there are so many characteristics that goes into the choice of running mates. There are so many things, Kweku. If you look at Professor Jerry John Rawlings was a military person, okay, who didn't understand a lot of things in terms of administration.
Yeah, let's hear. Now, Mensah Thompson was making some points just before we went for the break. I just want to read this quick headline here to give us a bit of context. Pick Napo as your running mate. Ashanti NPP youth organizers to Baumia. So you were saying earlier that he can't possibly win anything more than 12 constituencies, even in the Ashanti region. But it seems that the Ashanti NPP youth are strongly backing him as a choice, as a preferred choice.
Apart from that, where else?
No, I mean, I'm referring to the fact that you said he won't, even in the Ashanti region, he will not, he's not that
these
popular.
youth who made this, how many are they?
It says Ashanti Youth MPP
How many
organizers. I don't know. But the youth organizer is in charge of the youth.
Youth organizer of their party,
Yeah.
of the NPP.
Yeah.
Of course. What do you expect? Were you expecting anything different? Even the majority leader is backing him. And so some of us, we don't have a problem. If Napo is who they want, they should bring him.
Okay.
And I want to tell the NDC, please don't waste your time on Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Leave him for us.
By the way, when you asked the question, it was signed by 4 constituency youth organizers.
There could be thousands for all I care. But I want to tell the NDC, don't waste your time on Matthew Opoku Prempeh. Leave him for us. We will finish him in 48 hours. Focus on your campaign, your messages. Leave him for us.
Who's us?
We civil society organizations.
Okay.
Why? Weren't in this country when he was education minister? Haven't we seen him as minister for energy? Please, leave him for us. We will end it for him in exactly 48 hours. His tapes, I started the compilation of his tapes, of his unparliamentary behaviors, all his unparliamentary behaviors, all his public and private fracas. We have all that. We are ready for him. They should bring him. Let's end it for him. So, and I want to caution the NDC, please, especially the handlers of Professor Nana Opoku Prempeh, don't waste your time to try and use Prof to come and respond to Napo or put Napo here on the same. No, they are not on the same level. Professor Nana Opoku Prempeh is on a pedestal. Napo is in the gutters. Leave him there. Let somebody else respond to him. Let Prof focus on campaigning, talking to the market women, talking to the people, and leave Napo for us. We are the ones who are going to handle Napo for you. Don't worry at all. We give just 48 hours. They should announce him.
Wrap it up for me.
I'm done.
You are done. Okay.